There are a lot of videos about the best AI tools. Most of them are lists, a tool, a description, a link, repeat. What almost none of them answer is the question that actually matters for someone trying to build passive income. Does this tool contribute to something that keeps earning after you stop working on it? That's a different question to whether a tool is impressive or whether it's good value or whether it has a free tier. And it's the question I'm going to try to answer honestly in this video based on what I actually use, what I've tested, and what's contributed to the income model this channel is built on. Before getting into the tools themselves, it's worth being clear about what passive income actually requires from a tool. A tool earns its place in a passive income workflow if it does one of two things. It reduces the time and skill required to produce content or a product, or it improves the quality of that content or product to a level you couldn't achieve otherwise. Ideally, both. What it doesn't need to do is look impressive in a demo, have a long feature list, or come recommended by every YouTuber in the space. The tools that are genuinely useful for passive income are often the ones that quietly handle one specific thing well, and let you focus on the parts of the work that require human judgment. With that framing, here are the tools I'd actually recommend, and the honest caveats that go with each one. Claude is where every piece of content on this channel starts. Scripts, blog posts, outlines, research summaries, the first draft of anything written comes from a prompt. For passive income specifically, the value of Claude is in speed and consistency. A script that would take 3 to 4 hours to research, structure, and write manually can be produced in a fraction of that time. The output isn't perfect. It never is, but it's a solid, structured starting point that's far faster to edit than to write from scratch. The honest caveat: Claude is only as good as the instructions given to it. Vague prompts produce generic output that doesn't stand out from the thousands of other AI-generated pieces published every day. The skill is in knowing how to brief it, what angle to take, what tone to use, what the audience already knows, and what they need to hear. That judgment still comes from the human, not the tool. For passive income, strong fit reduces one of the biggest time costs in content production significantly. ElevenLabs is the voiceover engine behind every video on this channel, and it's also one of the affiliate products promoted here, so it's worth being transparent about that before the review. The case for it is straightforward. Producing a natural-sounding voiceover used to require either recording yourself or hiring professional talent. ElevenLabs removes both of those barriers. The output quality, when the script is properly formatted and the right voice is selected, is genuinely indistinguishable from a human recording in most contexts. The honest caveats, and there are a few. Voice selection takes longer than expected. The default preview clips don't tell you enough about how a voice will handle your actual content. The better approach is to paste a paragraph from your own script and generate a sample before committing. Formatting the script for natural delivery also requires learning the specific quirks of whichever voice you use. Too many pause markers in a single section and the tone shifts in ways that are hard to predict. On pricing. The free plan gives 10,000 credits per month, which sounds like enough but isn't for a full long-form video once you account for formatting tags and the iteration required to get the delivery right. A typical video on this channel uses between 30,000 and 70,000 credits after all the regeneration involved. The creator plan at $22 per month covers light usage. The pro plan at $99 per month is what a weekly publishing schedule realistically requires. For passive income, strong fit with a real learning curve, the output once the workflow is established is one of the things that makes a faceless channel genuinely viable. Invideo AI handles stock footage sourcing, scene assembly, caption generation, and basic editing in one workflow. It's also an affiliate product promoted on this channel, again, worth stating clearly. The value proposition is removing the largest single technical barrier for someone without video editing experience. Before tools like this existed, producing a polished-looking video without editing skills meant either learning a complex tool like Premiere Pro or outsourcing to an editor. Invideo AI compresses that to a fraction of the time and cost. the honest assessment. The output has an AI-generated feel that experienced viewers will notice. Footage choices can be generic, and the pacing can feel mechanical without human intervention. In my own production process, I use a professional editor rather than relying on Invideo AI as the final product. The tool is useful for understanding what the assembled video might look like and for creators who are just starting out and can't yet afford an editor. But as the channel has grown and quality standards have risen, a human editor adds a layer of judgment and craft that the tool on its own doesn't replicate. For passive income, solid fit as part of a broader production workflow, less useful as a standalone solution if quality differentiation matters to the channel. Canva handles everything visual that isn't the video itself, thumbnails primarily, but also social media graphics, blog post images, and any branded assets. For passive income, thumbnails are more important than they might seem. A well-designed thumbnail is one of the few things that directly influences click-through rate from search and suggested video feeds, and that click-through rate determines how much of the algorithmic distribution a video gets. Getting it wrong consistently compounds over time in the wrong direction. The free plan covers the majority of what a solo creator needs. The AI image generation feature in Canva is useful for creating background images for thumbnails without needing a separate tool or any design skill. The learning curve is low compared to any of the other tools on this list. For passive income, good fit, low barrier. Not the most exciting tool on the list, but one of the more consequential ones for channel growth. ChatGPT earns a place on this list not as a scripting tool. Claude handles that better in my experience, but as a research and ideation layer. For exploring a topic from multiple angles, generating title variations, finding gaps in existing content, or pressure testing an idea before committing to a full script, ChatGPT is genuinely fast and useful. The free plan is capable enough that upgrading isn't necessary unless the usage is high. The honest caveat: the two tools, Claude and ChatGPT, overlap significantly, and most people don't need both for the same task. The reason to have both available is that they handle things differently, and for some tasks, one clearly outperforms the other. For long-form structured writing, Claude tends to produce more consistent output. For rapid ideation and exploratory research, ChatGPT's speed and conversational style can be more useful. For passive income, supplementary fit. Not essential if already using Claude, but worth having available. If the goal is building a passive income stream through content, which is the model this channel uses, the minimum viable stack is 3 tools: a writing tool, a voiceover tool, and a video assembly tool. For this channel, the actual production workflow looks like this. Claude handles the scripting, ElevenLabs generates the voiceover, Canva handles thumbnails, a professional editor handles the video assembly, footage selection, and finishing. Invideo AI can serve this role for creators that are starting out, but as quality standards rise, a human editor becomes the more practical choice. That combination covers the full production pipeline, the honest cost picture. The tool subscriptions alone, Claude, ElevenLabs Pro, Invideo AI, and Canva Pro, run to around $150 to $200 per month at the tiers required for weekly publishing. Add a professional editor at around $200+ per video, and the real monthly cost at 1 video per week is closer to $1,100 to $1,200. That's a meaningful ongoing investment before the channel earns $1, and it's worth being clear-eyed about before committing to this model. What no tool in this stack replaces: judgment, which topics to cover, which angle is most useful, what makes a recommendation honest versus promotional, and when the AI output is good enough and when it needs rewriting. That layer is entirely human, and it's the layer that actually determines whether the content is worth anything to the person watching it. The best AI tools for passive income aren't necessarily the most impressive ones, or the most talked about ones. They're the ones that reduce the cost of production enough that consistent output becomes achievable, and that contribute to content that keeps working after you've stopped working on it. Links to ElevenLabs and Invideo AI are in the description. Both are affiliate links and both are tools used in making this video. Start with the free plans, test whether the workflow fits, and scale up when the output justifies it. If this was useful, subscribe. I cover AI tools and online income every week with the honest version of both. I'll see you in the next one.